Good afternoon to our Venerable Sangha. Good afternoon to Ajahn Geoff and also to our Dharma friends joining us in person as well as also online. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the day of practice with Ajahn Geoff. I start first by paying respects to the Triple Gems, the Buddha, the Dhamma and the Sangha. And also I acknowledge and pay respects to the Darug people, the traditional owners of the land on which we gather here today, and pay our respects to the elders of past, present and emerging. I wish to also acknowledge any Aboriginal people who may be in attendance today with us in person or online. I also want to recognise and honour their unique cultural and spiritual relationships to the land, the waters and the seas, and their rich contributions such that we can continue to learn from them and their traditions. So my name is Tina Ng, and this is Sophia Wen, and together we are your MCs for this event.
Thank you, Tina, and hi everyone, good afternoon. So today we are honoured to have Ajahn Geoff guiding us through this day of practice. Usually we'll have to fly all the way to the US to get to practice with him, but today he's right here with us, so what a treat. So a little bit about Ajahn before we start. Ajahn is an extraordinary teacher and practitioner. So he is also known as Ṭhānissaro Bhikkhu and is a highly respected US Buddhist monk of the Thai forest tradition. So Ajah's journey into the Dharma began after he graduated from college. Shortly after, his path led him to Thailand, where he was profoundly inspired to dedicate himself to the practice of meditation under the guidance of a great meditation master, Ajaan Fuang, a disciple of the renowned Ajaan Lee Dhammadharo. Ajahn Geoff ordained as a monk in 1976 and spent many years training at Wat Dhammasathit, a monastery in Thailand. After the passing of his teacher in 1986, he remained there to carry forward the practice and teachings. In 1991, he traveled to the hills of San Diego County in the US, where he joined hands with Ajaan Suwat to establish Metta Forest Monastery, the first ever Thai forest tradition monastery in the US. So by 1993, Ajahn Geoff was appointed abbot, a role he continues to fulfill with great wisdom and compassion. So Ajahn Geoff is not only a deeply dedicated practitioner, but also an accomplished author and translator. Over the years, he has written extensively on a variety of Buddhist topics and has translated over 1,000 suttas, making Dharma accessible to all of us practitioners worldwide. So much gratitude for that. So if you'd like to explore his teachings further, I encourage you to visit dharmatalks.org, where you'll find a wealth of talks, writings, and translations by Ajahn Geoff. He currently resides in Metta Forest Monastery, where you can also pay respects and learn from him.
We are indeed very fortunate to have Ajahn here today to teach us. And so we have a very special program for all of you. We start first with a guided sitting meditation for about 50 minutes, followed by walking meditation for 30 minutes. And then we'll have another guided sitting meditation for 45 minutes. And then we'll have a break where refreshments will be provided. And after the break, we'll have some time for questions. And please note that all questions will be in writing, whether they are on pieces of paper that our volunteers will come through. If you need any paper and pen, we can offer that to you. And for those who are joining us online, you can pop the questions into the chat. If you would like to stay anonymous, and you can also pop that into the chat on Zoom and just send it straight to me. And my name is Tina. Just as a reminder, you can send it to me directly. And for those who, during the break, you have other questions, or during the Q&A, if you have more questions that arise for you, again, just continue to pop it into the chat or pieces of paper, and I can facilitate that session. I'll invite everyone to just check that you have turned your phones on to silence so that we can enjoy this session together and not have any disruptions. Remember, the emergency exits for this entire building is out at the front and also at the back. So those are the two entrances and exits as well. The toilets is just out the auditorium doors, turn left and turn left again. And so it's over here. And there are also stores outside. We have a stall that's manned by my nephew. Please go and say hi. He's very excited to meet all of you. And then we also have some distribution books if you would like to take them. That's also free. And then we have some refreshment tables as well. So throughout the day, if you need to have a break, as I said earlier, if you need to just stretch your leg, go to the toilet, you can do that. But please do that in a way that's mindful and respectful of others who are particularly meditating. So we are here today. We're very fortunate to have many of the Venerable Sangha here. And if you wish to pay respects to them, speak with them, you can do that. Just a reminder to keep a friendly distance. And also you can approach any of our Metta Centre volunteers. We have the Metta Centre t-shirts on. You can ask us if you are unsure how to approach the monastics, or if you need anything at all today, please feel free to reach out and we're happy to help. And I hope you all have an enlightening day of practice together. Thank you. Thank you, Ajahn.
Okay, let's start meditating. Close your eyes. Sit up straight. And think thoughts of goodwill. Goodwill is the frame for our practice. We're looking for a happiness that harms no one, a happiness that will be lasting. We do this out of goodwill for ourselves and goodwill for others. It's good to reflect briefly about what happiness means, what goodwill means. If people are going to be happy, it has to be because of their actions. So when you're wishing for people to be happy, whether it's yourself or others, you're wishing that the people understand the causes for true happiness, in other words, ways of acting that are harmless, and be willing and able to act on them. This is a wish you can have for anybody without hypocrisy. No matter how badly people have been behaving in the past, you would wish for them to voluntarily change their ways. There's no need to hope for punishment first, because often people who undergo punishment don't admit the connection between the punishment and their own misbehavior. So it's better that people voluntarily learn the causes for true happiness and take them on. At the same time, you reflect that true happiness comes from developing resources from within you, which means that your true happiness doesn't conflict with anyone else's true happiness, which is why this is an attitude you can develop for all beings without conflict. So start with thoughts of goodwill for yourself. Tell yourself, may I be truly happy. And then spread the same thoughts to others. Start with people who are close to your heart. Your family, your very close friends. May they find true happiness too. And then spread that thought out in ever-widening circles to people you know well and like. To people you like, even though you don't know them so well. To people you're more neutral about. And to people you don't like. Remember that the world would be a much better place if everyone could find true happiness within. Spread thoughts of goodwill to people you don't even know. And not just people, living beings of all kinds. East, west, north, south, below and above, out to infinity. find true happiness in our hearts. Now bring your attention to the breath. Take a couple of good, long, deep in and out breaths. And notice where you feel the breathing process in the body. Remembering to stay with the breath is mindfulness. Watching the breath and watching the mind to make sure that they stay together, that's alertness. These are two qualities we're going to be trying to develop today. And in developing them, we develop a third quality, which is called ardency. We're trying to do this well. In other words, if you notice that your mind has wandered away from the breath, you bring it back right away. When you're with the breath, you're trying to be as sensitive as possible to how the breathing feels. And then you're going to ask yourself, does long breathing feel good? If it does, keep it up. If it doesn't, you can change. This is an important principle in practicing meditation. You're trying to develop good qualities in the mind. And that involves making choices, where you're going to focus your attention, how you're going to approach the topic of your concentration. All of these are things that you can adjust. So if long breathing feels good, keep it up. If it doesn't, you can make it shorter, more shallow, heavier, lighter, faster, slower. Experiment for a while and see what rhythm and texture of breathing feels best for the body right now. If you find that you've wandered off, come right back. When you come back, reward yourself with a breath that feels especially satisfying. And be on the lookout for the next time the mind will wander away. Of course, you have one satisfying breath. Why stop with one? Keep it up. If there are any pains in the body, you don't have to pay attention to them just yet. Focus instead on the parts of the body that you can make comfortable by the way you breathe. Now, as the breath gets comfortable, sometimes there's a tendency to forget about the breath and just focus on the comfort, in which case you lose the foundation for your concentration. So to counteract that tendency, the next step is to be aware of the whole body breathing in, the whole body breathing out. And a good way to build up to that whole body awareness is to go through the body first, section by section, to familiarize yourself with how the breathing feels in the different parts of the body. A good place to start is down around the navel. Locate that part of the body in your awareness. Watch it for a while as you breathe in and breathe out to see what rhythm of breathing feels good there. And if you notice any tension or tightness in that part of the body, allow it to relax so that no new tension builds up as you breathe in, and you don't hold on to any tension as you breathe out. And now move your attention over to the right, to the lower right-hand corner of the abdomen, and follow the same 3 steps there. 1, locate that part of the body in your awareness. 2, watch it for a while as you breathe in and breathe out to see what rhythm of breathing feels good there. And then 3, if there's any tension or tightness in that part of the body, allow it to relax. Now move your attention over to the left, to the lower left-hand corner of the abdomen, and follow the same 3 steps there. Now bring your attention up to the solar plexus and follow the same steps there. And move your attention to the right side of the rib cage. Then to the left, to the left side of the rib cage. Now bring your attention to the middle of the chest. Then move your attention to the right, to the spot where the chest and the shoulder meet. And then to the same spot on the left. Now come to the base of the throat. Now come to the middle of the head. As you breathe in, think of the breath energy entering not only through the nose, but also through the eyes, the ears, in from the back of the head, down from the top of the head, going deep into the brain. And as you breathe out, think of it radiating out from the entire head in all directions. Gently working through any patterns of tension you may feel in the forehead, around the eyes, and the jaws, and the back of the neck, and gradually dissolving those patterns of tension away. Now bring your attention to the back of the neck, right at the base of the skull. Think of the breath energy entering at that spot, and then going down through the shoulders, the arms, the hands, out to the tips of the fingers. And then as you breathe out, think of it radiating out from all those parts of the body into the air. Now keeping your attention focused at the back of the neck. This time as you breathe in, think of the breath energy entering there, and then going down both sides of the spine, down to the tailbone. And as you breathe out, think of radiating out from the entire back into the air. And as you get more sensitive to the back, if you notice that you're holding more tension in one side than the other, allow that side to relax. And then see if you can keep it relaxed all the way through the in-breath, all the way through the out, to bring things into balance. Now bring your attention down to the tailbone. As you breathe in, think of the breath energy entering there, and then going down through the hips, the legs, past the ankles, the feet, out to the tips of the toes. And as you breathe out, think of it radiating out from all those parts of the body into the air. Now that completes one cycle in the survey of the body. If you like, you can start at the navel and go through the body again, as many times as you like and at your own pace, until you're ready to settle down. At that point, you choose any one spot in the body that's most congenial to be focused. Place your attention there. And then from that spot, have it spread out to fill the whole body. So you're aware of the whole body breathing in, the whole body breathing out. Let the breath find whatever rhythm feels good right now. Your only duty is to maintain this sense of centered but broad awareness. It may have a tendency to shrink, especially on the out breath. So each time you breathe in, think whole whole body breathing in. Each time you breathe out, whole body breathing out. And let the in-breath and the out-breath mingle together. You don't have to create an artificial, sharp dividing line between the two of them. This centered but broad awareness is a good foundation for insight to arise. So make sure the foundation is strong, and the insights will become more reliable. If full body awareness is hard to maintain, go back to the survey again. Until you feel you're ready to settle down. In a few minutes, at the sound of the bell, we'll be starting a walking meditation period. For walking meditation, you have two choices. One is just try to stay with the breath as you are right now. As you get up, find a place to do walking meditation. You can find a spot in the building where you can walk back and forth. Try to make sure that your path is no less than 30 paces. And walk at a fairly normal rate. When you get to the end of your path, turn around. Make sure that you are with your breath, and then go to the other end of your path. The purpose of this is to try to maintain your breath awareness as you go through the day doing normal activities. Or if you want, you can focus your attention on the steps of your feet. You can use meditation word to go with the right foot, meditation word to go with the left foot. Bhutto, which means awake, is a traditional word to use for repeating. So you have your choice. An alternative to walking back and forth would be to go out and walk around. Try not to look suspicious. In other words, don't let anybody know you're meditating, but maintain your center inside. If you lose your center, you realize that you've been walking around mindlessly, go back to the last spot you remember where you were with your breath. And then turn around and continue. In the canon, they have the image of a man walking with a bowl of oil on his head. It's filled to the brim. And he has to walk between a beauty queen singing and dancing on one side and a crowd of people excited about the beauty queen on the other side. Behind him is a man with a raised sword. And if the first man spills even a drop of oil, the second man is going to cut off his head. So try to have that kind of full body awareness, earnest full body awareness throughout the half hour from 2 to 2:30 when we come back. And I want everyone to come back with their heads still on.